Hello, today we are going to discuss about the securities which are added in the network to harden the networks. So here we will discuss about the security like physical security, network security and the host security. So let's first discuss about what is a security. So security is a degree of protection to prevent from the harm. So it applies to any vulnerables or the valuable assets such as person, community, item, nation or the organization to prevent it from the threat or the attack. So the security in IT is the defense of digital data and IT assets against internal and external malicious and the accidental threats. So the defense include detection, prevention and response to the threat by using various security policies, software tools and the IT services. So this is about the security. So in this we are going to learn about the different type of security which are used to harden the network, like physical security to provide the security to the hardware, network security to provide security to the network, and the host security is to provide the security at the individual end. So first of all, we will discuss about the physical security. So here the physical security means the protection of personal, hardware, software, network and the data from the physical action. So these threats could cause serious loss and damage to the organization. So the physical security include like protection from the fire, flood, natural disaster, terrorism attack, etc. So here the physical security is obtained by controlling the access and by monitoring the access by surveillance or by testing these video surveillance. So here we are going to discuss about first this access control. So here the step for prevention and controlling access to the physical resources are like, first of all we have to lock the doors of network closet or the equipment rooms like which contain the servers, switches, routers and give access or keys and cards to the trustworthy staff. So next is to locking door, front door of institution or the organization to prevent tailgating. So here the tailgating means when an authorized user punch their cards to open secure door and the attacker take the advantage of the open door and enter the enterprise or the organization without proper authorization or authentication. So here to prevent tailgating, the security guards are hired to secure the organization, whereas also man trap system is used to prevent the tailgating. So the man trap system is an entryway having two successive locked doors and a small space between them, which provide the one-way entry and exit. So after entering first door, if the attacker enter the first door by punching card, then the second door cannot be opened until the first door will close, and access to the second door will be the password or the cards or the keys. So if the unauthorized user want to access the man trap system, then it is remain trapped until they are approved for entering the organization. So the next is the using biometric authorization for opening a door or getting access to any physical resource, such as by giving their fingerprint readers, facial recognition cameras or voice analyzer, etc. So these are the steps to prevent and control access to the physical resources. The next is the monitoring by surveillance and testing. So to authorized peoples are kept under surveillance to prevent insider attack. As we know that the insider threat is a dangerous attack. To prevent it, we have to make the authorized people under the surveillance. So monitoring is done using video surveillance of facilities and the assets given to the authorized users. So two-part type of video surveillance is used: closed circuit television, CCTVs and the IP cameras. So let's discuss about this, the CCTV cameras and the IP cameras. Where the CCTV cameras are the analog cameras and the IP cameras are the digital cameras. And the analog cameras like CCTVs connect over RJ cable or the RJ45 and doesn't need any network, whereas the IP camera need network or the IP network and connect using Cat6 cable. Where the CCTV cameras or the analog cameras cannot be accessed directly by the mobile application. It is accessed over a particular location, but IP cameras can be accessed from anywhere at any space using the IP address without any DVR or NVRs. So the next is the video quality in CCTV camera is not so good, whereas the IP cameras give the better video quality than the CCTV cameras. So the analog cameras or the CCTV cameras need hardware for recording, whereas IP cameras video can be recorded over the PC or the workstation by using a small software. So this is the difference between the CCTV cameras and the IP cameras, which is used for the surveillance. The next we will discuss about the network security. So here the network security is a specialized field in networking. So it includes the protection of computer network infrastructure. So it includes both hardware and the software technology used to protect the network. The network security are designed to protect usability and integrity of the network and the data. So the network security consists of policies and practice to adapt the preventions and monitor unauthorized access, misuse, modification of the computer network and the network resources. So here the steps which are involved in providing security to the computer networks are like, first of all, we have to secure and control user accounts. So we have to make the tight control over the username and the password to prevent the unauthorized access. So to prevent the unauthorized access, we have to access the permission to a group of particular users to the username and the password, and we have to track these group when they are accessing this username and password. The next is we have to next is the installation of edge devices which work with the coordination of other devices and the controller. So here the edge devices are the devices or the piece of hardware which is used to simplify and standardize the security system. So these edge system include the security doors or the other security controllers, and they are controlled under by using a single device. So these edge devices keep a local copy of the database and make their decisions about whether to open a door or not. So here the next is the using posture validations approach. In this, a node or device is verified on certain conditions before it is allowed to connect to a network. So in this posture validation approach, the particular node or device which want to access the connection or want to access the network is first validated or verified upon the various conditions. So the posture validation approach includes checking things like type and the version of the anti-malwares installed in the device, quality of services given by that device, and the type and the version of operating system using that device. The next is we have to installing query agents such as the persistent agent and the non-persistent agents. So here the query agents are the agents which answer the posture validation queries. So here there are two type of agent, persistent agents and the non-persistent agents. So the persistent agents are the small scanning program which is installed over the PC and it's remain installed and it run every time whenever the computer boots up, and it scan every security oriented elements, whereas the non-persistent agents are installed over the workstation and are the small agent that scan only the queried conditions, and if the query is satisfied then the session have to give the access is acceptable and the connection is granted to that node or that station. The next is this testing guest or the quantized network. So here the quantized network is an unsecure network which wants to get access to the organization network remotely. So we have to test this guest network before giving the access to the network. The next is the host security or the security which we have to add at the individual end or the user end. So the host is a computer or other device which communicates with other hosts on the network. So the host on a network include like client and the server that receive and send the services or the application. So we have to secure these individual computers or the devices. So techniques used to secure these hosts are like malwares and anti-malwares, and by using strong password at the host and devices. So the first we will discuss about the malwares and the anti-malware. So the prevention from the malware attack is to prevent the system from the malware attack, we disconnect it from the internet connection. But if when a malware attack occurs at the host end, then the system becomes slow application crashes out, or the web browser open unwanted website. So these are the symptoms given by the system if the malware attack occurs. So to deal with malware attack, we have to perform these tasks. We have to install the anti-malware program, or by providing training to the users how to prevent the occurrence of the malware, and if the attack occur, how to deal with it. And next we have to update the patching, and the updation should be done properly. So we have to update the system time to time to reduce its security threats. Next is the anti-malware program. So here the anti-malware softwares or the program protects the system against attack which is caused by many type of malwares like virus, worms, Trojan horse, spywares, etc. So to protect the system from such attacks, we have to install a anti-malware program in the device. So it works in two modes: the active seek and destroy mode and the passive entry mode. So in active seek and destroy mode, in this mode the program scans the computer boot sector and file for viruses. If it occurs, it disables the boot files. The next is passive entry mode or the virus shield. So it passively monitor the computer activities such as program execution or the file being downloading. So it scan these files before downloading in the devices. The next is the type of anti-malware programs or the software. So the type of the softwares are like host-based anti-malware, network-based anti-malware, and the cloud server-based anti-malware. So here the host-based anti-malware is the program which is installed over a single computer or a single device, and it monitors the single device. The next is the network-based anti-malware. It is used in a large network, and the software is run over a large number of systems, and so it is easy to update and it is easy to administer by a single administrator. Whereas the cloud server based anti-malware, in this the software is stored at the remote location or in the cloud, and every host access it and run it from the server. So these are the type of the anti-malware. So this is all about security. Thank you.